Today it's a giveaway day and I'm going to give away a brand new LUT. But hold on, there is a catch. So if I get a 100 comment asking for LUT, then I'll make that LUT public. But for now, it's exclusively for my Patreon member. And if you're not a Patreon yet, then please check on the description below. And if you love designing and if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, then please do subscribe. And there are tons, yes, there are tons to cover. So without any further ado, let's dive into the video. So alright, so here we are in Photoshop and I'll try to keep this tutorial very short and simple. And the main purpose of this video is to test a brand new LUT. So if you're not a Patreon yet, please check in the description list below. And I'm so sorry guys that I have a little stuffy nose today. And yep, let's start the tutorial. So very first thing, let's start with a work hub, and for that press Ctrl and N. And I'm going for 4:5. Let's keep the resolution as 300. Color mode to RGB, bitrate to 8, and let's keep everything as default. And let's click on create. And let's start with a background image first. So let's drag and drop this image right over here. Let's keep it just like so. And then let's convert it as a smart object. Control T. Let's make it a little smaller. Let's keep it somewhere around here. Here we go. Just like that. And let's drag and drop another image right over here. Let's keep it under the layer 1. Let's convert it as a smart object and press Ctrl T again. Let's make it a little bigger. And let's do it. Let's keep it right over here. And there are ways of doing selection. So I'm just going to use a layer mask. So let's create a layer mask. Go to brush. And let's go for a general soft round brush, and with the black color selected, let's erase these parts right around here. And you can use a pen tool or any selection choice you want to use. And let's keep it just like so. And let's go right over here. Let's make a selection just like that, and let's click on generate fill and let's click on generate. I think I like this better, so let's keep it like that. And let's go right over here. Let's go over here, click on select subject. And yep, I think this is much better. So just click on layer mask and let's drag and drop this image right over here. Let's convert it as a smart object again. And I'll make it a little bigger, just like so. I'll try to keep it right around here. Here we go. Alright, now let's do some adjustments. So the light is coming from this side, so let's start with doesn't burn. So let's add a curve and let's make it darker, just like that. Here we go. Click on clip to layer. Let's rename it as the shadow. And let's fill that layer mask with black color. And go back to brush again. And let's draw some shadows right around here. Here we go. Alright, and let's make a copy of that level. Ctrl J. Let's keep it just right under this player image, and again go back to brush and let's select the layer mask and make sure the color is white, and let's add some shadows right around here. Here we go. All right. Yep, let's keep it like that for now. And then let's add some highlights. So let's go over here, add a curve. Again, let's lift it just like so. Here we go. Create clipping max. Let's fill the layer max with black color. And again, go back to brush. And let's add some highlights. So make sure the color is white. And let's add some highlights right around here. And again, we're gonna add some lights. Anyway. Now let's add a solid, and yep, I think that color is good for me. So let's click on OK, change the blending mode to screen, and then let's click on right click, create clipping max. Let's fill that layer max with black color, and again let's click on that layer max again, go back to brush and make sure the color is white, and let's add some glow right around here. All right, and now let's add few highlights right around here too. And let's make a one more copy, Control J. So again, create clipping max. All right. Let's erase these parts from here, with the part from here. There we go. So this is the highlights that we added. And now let's go over here, create a new layer. Again, go to brush and let's add some highlights right here. Change the blending mode to screen. Let's add one more layer. Okay, let's keep it like screen. I think screen looks better, so let's keep it like that. Here we go. And now let's add one more layer, and again go back to brush. Let's go for white and let's add a soft glow. Let's change the blending mode to screen and let's drop down the opacity just like so. Here we go. Now let's drag and drop this image right over here, and I like to keep it like very rough, so let's add a rotation. Let's keep it right around here. Let's change the blending mode to multiply. All right, and now let's go right over here and let's click on that blending option, and let's see. Here we go. Yep, keep it like that just to make it a little smoother. Press Alt and click, and let's drag it just like that. Yeah, I like to keep it like that, and let's make it a little smaller. Here we go. All right, and now let's go over here, click on that image, go to filter. Let's go on camera raw filter, and let's see, let's increase the shadows just like that. Let's drop down the highlights. Here we go. and maybe increase the clarity, increase the texture, and then for the luminance, let's increase for yellow and red, and let's drop down the saturation just like so. And I like to keep it like that for now, and let's click on OK. So this is what we got, and let's do the same thing for this background image. So select, go over it, and let's apply same camera raw filter, apply previous setting, and let's drop down the exposure just like that. Maybe highlights a little down. Here we go, and let's do the same thing for this one. Filter, camera raw filter, and apply previous setting, and let's click on OK. So this is what we got, and let's do the same thing for our background. So filter, let's apply the same camera raw filter, apply previous setting, and for this one, let's increase the brightness just like so, and increase the highlights too, and let's keep it like that. All right, now let's add a small glow on top. So let's go over here, and let's change the blending mode to screen. Let's just squeeze a little bit. Here we go, and just like so. All right, and now let's add a color LUT on the very top. So let's go over here, click on lookup, and from here click on load, and I'm gonna use Windows Cine version 4. So if you want to get this LUT file, please check in the description below. So select this one and click on load. So this is what we got. The only thing that I want to add is just go over here, click at hue and saturation, and I like to keep this red more vibrant, and let's keep it like more red. So just like that. Here we go. All right. All right, now let's go on very top, create a brush. Now let's create a new layer, go to brush, and I'm gonna use this charcoal brush. So here we go, and let's make it a little smaller, and maybe let's add a little rotation too. Here we go, and let's add a few strokes right around here. And after adding few text, so this is the final, and I hope you guys learned something new from this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, you guys take care, be safe, and be creative. Bye bye.